What's up, y'all? It's your boy TA's here.
Boy Christian here.
And they're going to be talking about Ghost of Tsushima. It's a little bit different type of video today. But,
If I botch the name, don't make fun of me in the comments.
yeah, no, like, this is kind of different because, like, we do, like, anime videos usually. But, man, I got into Ghost of Tsushima, like, a few weeks ago. And, like...
Arguably, it's like Demon Slayer. Well,
no, it's not.
Not like...
Don't let him push that narrative. That's not.
Well, arguably, there's anime like it.
I mean, probably. You make a good case. But, shit, it's a fucking fire-ass game.
I won't give most games 10 out of 10, but I'd give this game 10 out of 10. It has a good story, it has good graphics. It really didn't have no problems. Like, I had no, like, frames per rate issues or, like, it glitched out or anything.
The only issues I had was purely just through streaming it. I should have just downloaded it, but it's a big game.
True.
But, like, the graphics, man, next level. Like, those are some really, like, good graphics.
Yeah. When I saw the PS5 upgraded, it was honestly hard to even tell the difference. The PS4 and the PS5 version looks...
So you played it on both?
Yeah, it looks similar.
Which did you like more? Like, playing it the first time to PS4? Or did they improve it enough in, like, the PS5 to make it better?
I mean, I like the PS... I would say the PS4, because there's really no improvements. I mean, I think it's called... I don't remember what it's called, but the multiplayer version of it, like there's
multiplayer?
Yeah, in the game there's like, if you go to any of the towns, there'll be this like old nigga, and if you talk to him, I think it's legacies or something to do like that, and he'll send you to the screen. And basically, it's like the Mongols, right?
Yeah.
There's just like 3 circles, and you have to protect the 3 circles, and you and your friends up to 4. You could be a thief, a samurai, and a couple other things. 2 other things.
It's actually really good. I didn't know that.
It's cool.
That's another dumb thing to add to the game. There's so much in the game. Like, even though I just played it and beat it, there's so much more to go through. This real quick. But yeah, the game has a lot. Like, I remember talking to you about it. I felt so stupid because like the map is huge, and I was getting towards the end of Act 1 at Castle Kaneda. So spoilers for the game. I should have said it. I mean, obviously spoilers for the game. I was getting to like the part towards the end into Act 1 at Castle Kaneda. Honestly, it felt like the story was like kind of reaching an end in a way. I was talking to you about. I was like, man, I'm almost done with the game, and then you're asking me about it, and you're like, oh no, man, you still got a lot to go.
I know, right? Honestly, that middle, I would say it's the middle or towards the end, more towards the end, but that ghost ability, that shit is fire, bro. Like, I had to replay it. I was like, damn, I didn't even get to use this ability enough. I need to redo this shit.
Bro, the first time, like, unlocking it, I didn't know that was an ability in the game, and it was just so dope. Like, you beat, like, the warlord or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like, you slaughter him. I think so.
Like
Yeah, like, you have to, like, I mean, that part messed up. You had to go and, like, slaughter all the Mongolians that were running away. But in Ghost mode, it was so dope.
Also, actually, one of the features I really enjoyed about the game is like you can play it in like old samurai movie type, like where everything's all gray.
Really?
Yeah. In the beginning, it'll ask you what way you want to play it, and there's like you could play it in that mode, and then it'll speak in English, or you could play it in that mode and it'll speak in Japanese. I thought it was really cool.
That's dope. Honestly, I might play through it again at some point, no time soon. Honestly, it's a big game. I'm still trying to get 100% on it, but like sometimes I might just like do that, just go and like play that opposite way.
Honestly, I understand. Like I believe you told me yesterday that you didn't even get the mythical shit. I kind of understand that. Like, it was so big. Like I remember like playing through some of the like side quests, like with the I forgot her name.
Lady Masako,
and then like Ishikawa.
Yeah, there was a Sensei Ishikawa. And the girl, I think the other girl's name was Yuri.
And there's also the monk one too.
Yeah,
I don't know if you got to that yet.
No, I do know the monk's name. I can't remember his name, but the monk.
But I played some of it, and after I beat the game, I went back and I was like, oh shit, I didn't even get half of the story. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Oh, that's how I felt. You know, not really like with the story part, but like, yeah, I didn't know about the mythic things. I did know about them. I didn't know like, oh, there's like gonna be a thing you can get at some point like later in the story. So going into like the final battle, I was like, man, I haven't got this mythical shit. Like, when am I gonna get it? I looked it up and there's like something you gotta do like towards the beginning, and I was like, yeah, Man, I'll do that later. I'm not going all the way back.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The hardest mythical, like, I'm sure you read up on it. Like, I don't want to spoil it for you, but like the hardest mythical is the Way of the Fire one, which just light your sword on fire.
Yeah.
Like, you have to go up in the mountains and like you have to like you're climbing a mountain at like very low temperatures, and you have to like if you don't go near a campfire fast enough, you'll freeze to death. And that shit was difficult. I'm not even gonna lie.
I guarantee you, I do want to get that like flaming katana sometime soon, just because like, oh my god.
The bow, I think there's one where you get a bow. I didn't use that shit. I didn't even mess around with the bows, and honestly, I didn't use the ghost abilities too much.
Really?
Yeah.
Also, I think that was like a dope part of the game. Was like you could do combat so many different types of ways based on how you want to fight.
Yeah, you could do like, Assassin's Creed stealth. You could do the ghost stealth, or you could just fuck this shit, go right in like a samurai.
Then what I started doing, like whenever like you'll be traveling, like you'll see like a group of like Mongolians, you like choose like have a standoff with them. I would just like slowly follow them in the trees, like the poison darts, like hit 3 of them. We only have like 3 things at the moment, so I'll attack them. Cause man, there's like they jump you in that game.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I've never had a game like really like jump me like that.
I don't know if you know about this, but if you accidentally go somewhere before starting the story quest, like it'll kill you.
Yeah. I went to Castle Connie before like being able to start the quest, and they just lit me up with arrows instantly.
One time, I don't know where I jumped, but I just got lit up with. You've seen it on like YouTube and stuff too. It's on YouTube, but I just got lit up with arrows, and like it was bouncing me back and forth. But this guy on YouTube, the same thing happened to him, but his healing factor was like so much. Like he had it to where like the resolve. Every time he gets hit, he earns some resolve. And they were hitting him so much that he was just resolving it and healing himself over and over.
That's kind of busted.
Yeah,
that's kind of really busted.
I really enjoyed like I don't know if you got to it yet, but there's like little pits where you fight a samurai 101. Kind of like when you fought
Ryuzo? Yeah, Ryuzo. I fought some of the Straw Hat Ronin, like whenever like you run into them. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I like there's this one by a waterfall that's really cool.
Ooh, that's dope.
And then of course like at the end, like when you fight your uncle, was it?
Yeah, I see.
With the leaves on the ground, that shit was.
Yeah, honestly, that's the learning I like about the game. It felt because like here's like my issue with a lot of like games graphics nowadays. Like I'll use two games I feel like apply to this heavy. There's the recent Saints Row that came out like a minute ago. There's Gotham Knights. I've played both of the games, and like honestly, the graphics aren't bad, and the mechanics aren't like too like bad. So like it begs the question, like why do people not like them? Why people not play them? I think it's because like they just feel soulless, man. Like they have good graphics, but like there's like no real art behind it. There's no like great like story or any like good meaning behind it. I feel like Ghost of Tsushima had great graphics and it had like amazing fucking like details to the fucking scenery.
I think music also ties behind it. Like you have to like in the fight with his uncle, there was like good music behind when you're fighting it. So it's not like it's almost like you can. I don't know. It's almost like you feel like you're in his shoes, and like I feel like good music can make the graphics and like the scenery better.
I agree. I was like the storytelling was really dope in that game.
The music in the game is.
I feel like a lot of like not a lot of games because like there's games with like great stories, but I feel like they never have like really like amazing characters for the most part. There'll be like 1 or 2 standout characters, but in this game it's like most of the characters that got introduced I was really much enjoying.
Yeah,
even like his uncle.
Yeah, I liked his uncle too. I think there was only like I didn't really care about the thief character.
Yuri?
Yeah, I didn't care about her until like her brother came into the story.
Well, see, I didn't care about her brother until he.
When I seen what happened to him, I was like, oh damn.
Yeah, man, that was a crazy moment, bro. Jin Sakai is a dope main character.
So, let me ask you: did you suspect him and his uncle to like start fighting like that?
Bro, honestly, yes, but for a completely different way. From the way like it was saved, I felt like his uncle was gonna have like a hand in his dad's death, and that like he was actually want to take over the whole time. But no, it was just like his uncle was pretty honorable, but was too like loyal to the Shogun. So like I expected they were gonna like clash. I didn't think it was gonna be over what they fought over.
Yeah, me either.
Whose side were you on in that argument?
Honestly, I'm on Jin's. I get that like you want to be loyal to
Shogun and the Samurai way.
Yeah, the Shogun and the Samurai. But honestly, I was watching Attack on Titan at this time, so that might have played in my decision.
Also, they were losing that war. Like, I don't think they were losing the war in real life. I don't know how it happened in real life. But like in the game, they were definitely losing that war at that moment.
Mm-hmm. There's actually multiple Mongol invasions in real life. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it was because I was watching Attack on Titan Season 4 when I first played the game, but like, I don't know, I just kind of stuck with him more because like I'd rather fight for my people than, fight for my people, not just the samurai, but the people of the island itself, rather than just like obey some code.
Yeah. The only like way I see like it really like being an issue was the Mongolians adapted really quick and were instantly using the same poison that you were using. So like that does like kind of factor in, but it's also like the same way of like if they didn't do that, then Jin was right. His uncle would just kept on sending men to their death until like it finally worked.
I think that or what do you think like is gonna happen in the next game? Like, I mean, I didn't play the DLC, so I can't say much on what happened there. I heard you could pet foxes. Well, you can already put like monkeys and shit in the DLC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a whole new island.
As far as like next game, I was hearing people talk about this earlier. Like, I was saying, like, I guess PlayStation's like another like showcase or whatever. Honestly, I would think it'd be dope to, like maybe like a John Wick type thing. Somebody say this earlier. Sorry if you're still in a comment on TikTok, but like maybe the Shogun does something towards like one of like Jin's like remaining allies, and then Jin has to like hunt down the Shogun. Maybe like the Shogun like comes for Jin's head, and like you have to fucking like basically like start a revolution against him.
I think that like, so no game ever does this, but like it'd be cool if they like let you like move your save file from one game to another.
Yeah,
and like it affects how the game is played. But
they'll probably ask you like what decisions you picked at the beginning of the game, like Telltale.
Because I feel like if you didn't pick your uncle, I feel like the Shogun would make him go after you more than once.
Man, that's like one thing that I feel like they'd have to do for this. Like another game is like bring in the Shogun, just because like they talked about him so much and he's like such a big part of the game without ever actually like appearing. That like I feel like in a second game it'd be dope to actually see like the Shogun.
I think in history there was another invasion where they went after the Shogun, and like based on what like Kodo Khan like said at the end, there will be another. Yeah. Like, and he has, and also the Khans have a lot. Well, there was one Khan with so many kids. Like, there's got to be another Kodo Khan or more powerful. So I think like another type of Kodo Khan type character is going to fucking attack the Shogun or attack the main island, and then Jin's gonna go over there, and then it's gonna all tie together.
Man, I don't think this is a hot take. Well, it won't be a hot take. I think Kodo Khan was a fucking fraud. Like, there was so much build up there. Like, he was going to be like so strong and such like a dope like boss. There was never really too much, I feel like, towards him towards the end. Then the fight against him, like his final fight, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't realize that I was fighting him until like the final cutscene after, like whenever you go to kill him. I was just fighting his minions like for him to come down. I didn't realize the dude I was beating the shell of the whole time was him.
I mean, I realized, but like to me it was just funny because it's like the whole time, like you're just catching up to him the whole time. It's like he was running away like a bitch. He was like, "Yeah, this island's fucked me up a bit. I'm gonna leave."
Bro, in his defense, though, man, the like terror that Jin Sakai brings to the Mongolians in that game is so crazy. Like, I think that game, because there's a lot of games I feel like have like that system of like the more you do things in the game, like the more like you're like
Batman with like the like Riddler people.
Yeah, like the more like your cred goes up. I feel like this game honestly doesn't one of the best because like you can see like the contrast like whenever you're fighting the Mongolians at the beginning of the game, and like even if you kill like 5 of them, they're still gonna be more like running at you. Like at the end of the game, man, it's like if you're fighting a group of 5 Mongolians and you killed 3, one of them might get scared and run away because they're like, "Oh my gosh, it goes to Tsushima."
I think it's kind of relative to like the Shadow of War games, like the Middle Earth.
I've never played those.
Later in the game, like you'll take out a whole bunch of orcs, and they'll start running away. Or if you freeze one, and they'll be like, "Ah!" and then start taking off.
That's dope.
One of my favorite things about the game, I'd have to say, would be like that thing. Like you haven't done any of the mystical things, but when he does it, you sit down, and the guy, it's like a bard. and he tells the story, and then it shows it in like.
Oh, so I've listened to one of them.
Okay. Yeah, it shows it real cool, like, and I'm like, oh, that's dope. I wish there was more.
That's what I love about the game. It's like, alright, it's like they have a lot, but it's not like just like a lot, like as much as like combat and stuff goes. Like a lot, like all across the board. They just make the world like very interactive. And the bears, man. Here's a little tip to anybody starting the game out, man. Bears are not hard to kill later in the game, but I feel like at the beginning of the game, if you run into one, just run away. There's no use getting murdered.
Make sure you do the bamboo shit. That shit is important. Resolve is important.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the fucking... You get those little thingies. I forget what they're called. The things you can put on your character to affect certain
the fucking charms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow the foxes and do those damn... Like, I forget what they're called. But they're like little puzzles, and you just go all the way up and like, pray on the dojo or whatever.
Right. The first time I ran into like one like the fox, I honestly was so confused on what the fuck was going on because I just saw the fox and like I followed them. And then that whatever, like the end of that happened, and then I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck just happened? Wow. See, what the hell?
I wish the game wouldn't do this though. Like, you know when they're about to shoot you with an archer and they go archer.
Yeah.
I wish they wouldn't do that. That just makes it too easy because you know they're about to shoot.
I mean, that is true. Sometimes you don't know where from, though.
But
I've gotten pissed and they'll be like, Archer! I'm like, where? I've killed every Archer. Where is he?
But I think it kind of ties in with the reality.
Yeah, because they go like, knock! Tell them, like, drop back. Because back then, I think people were just kind of, like, stupid. You'd never catch, like, armies nowadays going, soldiers, ready and shoot! Which I mean, maybe, but, like, that seems to get so, like, far behind.
I seen something... like around the time I was playing the game, I seen someone. It sounds like the fucking they're like racist or something because it was like to pledge a archer and it sounded like it said the N word. I thought it was hilarious.
Honestly, man, I honestly put that like top 5 games of all time for me after playing it.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite games of all time.
What do you think was your favorite part about the game?
Probably like the story element. The story element and like the interaction of the world.
Yeah, I agree.
It had a great beginning. Like I was like, they just burned that nigga. I was like, damn.
Yeah, bro. Like the beginning was really dope. That was my reaction too. Because honestly, I feel like, man, I don't know if you relate, but like it's so hard for me like to get into like modern games, like not as a whole, but just like I feel like whenever I was like younger, like 14 to like probably like 18, if there was like a game that came out and was like even like kind of good or like a lot of people were playing it, I could get sucked into it really easy. But nowadays, it's like a lot of games, like I'll try to get sucked into them if like they're like big games, and I just can't. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you totally.
But this game, I got lost in it.
If it's a game that I played when I was younger or like Resident Evil 4, I got sucked into that and fucking destroyed that. But the remake, guys. If it's like, I don't know, something new that I'm not super interested in, but like I'd like to be interested in, and like other people are playing it, I probably won't get sucked into it, and I will play it slowly.
I feel that.
I wish they'd like come up with more original things. Like Ghost of Tsushima was pretty original.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they're just remastering all this shit all the time. Like Last of Us is a great game, but like
they're just trying to cash it off the show,
like,
man.
Stop, bro. Shit. Come up with something original. Like I think they should. Like honestly, I mean we're not talking about that, but they should bring back Uncharted.
Oh yeah. I don't know though, man. Just because fucking, like, I'm sure it'd be great if they brought it back. But it's like, man, that series is already really good as is.
Or like remaster games that like people can't play nowadays.
Saints Row 2, man.
Infamous.
Bro, yes, man. I would love if they remastered Infamous. The first 2 Infamous games are amazing.
I did not really fuck with the new one.
Second Son.
Like it was good, but it wasn't like 1 and 2 good.
For sure. Final thing here. We'll rate the game 1 out of 10, and
I'd say 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I'd say 9 out of 10 because like I want to give it 10 out of 10, but like there is so much stuff, and I feel like they don't really make you aware of as much stuff as they should. Because like I said, like there's like that like Mystic part of the game, well, Mythic. I could have definitely looked it up. But, like, it didn't really make it clear to me that was, like, something I should have done towards the beginning of the game whenever I started it.
That's at least a 9.5.
Yeah, but I can't put it any lower just because like there's nothing really bad about the game. So like a few nitpicks.
Like there's no glitches or nothing. Like I usually I'd only rate to 1 to 8, but there's no glitches or anything to give me to knock down that last 2.
And shit, any game recommendations for anybody that you've been playing recently before we get off?
No, actually, nothing really has come out to where I'm like, damn, you should get that.
Yeah, me either. But man, whenever Sony does like their like reveal of like what games are coming out on the back half of the PS5's life cycle, we'll do a video on that and we'll tell y'all like which ones like we're personally hyped about, which ones we're not hyped about, which we think are going to be ass.
I guess like if you're into Final Fantasy and RPGs, I guess in June, you should take a look at Final Fantasy 16.
Ooh.
It's supposed to be different than any other one. Like
really, I haven't played any of them.
In the trailer, there's a rock that drops and like it shows blood, and it's like crazy because like they've never showed blood before, or like brutality like that.
Ooh, I bet it's gonna be dope. I bet that is gonna be dope.
And it's just like a different, like none of the games are the same, but yet they're the same in a way. Like none of the characters are the same, but like this one is like something like it's like a story that they haven't done before, which is cool.
Oh yeah. All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the vid. Make sure to like, subscribe. Peace.